Yo, what's going on, guys? KG Presents back out with another video, and today I'm here with some more fancy baseball players that I think you should add off the waiver wire. You know, we're already so far into the season. I can't believe I'm saying this right now. But I mean, like, these teams have played, what, like 35 games or so? Feels like we literally just started the season, but that's not the case. But either way, today I'm here with some fancy baseball players that I think you should add off the waiver wire to hopefully bring you a win this week and bring you one step closer towards winning your MLB Fantasy Baseball Championship this season. So without any further ado, let's get into today's video and let's get into today's players. So the first player I think you should add off your waiver wire is Conor Wong. While he's likely on a heater right now, the underlying numbers support his strong production so far this season. Not to the extent that he's a 360 hitter, because obviously, he's not, but to the extent that he can be a useful fantasy contributor. He currently has an 86% zone contact rate and just a 21% K rate with a 7.3 barrel rate and a 40% ideal contact rate. He's hitting fewer ground balls this year, and his swinging strike rate is way down compared to previous years of his career. He can be a fringe option in one catcher leagues, but needs to be rostered in all two catcher formats. Now, Conor Wong, so far currently this season, is hitting .344 on the year. He's got 5 home runs, 14 runs batted in, and 9 runs scored as well. Like I said before, he's probably on a hot stretch right now. But the thing is, though, you want to add him while he's on this hot stretch. His career numbers obviously don't support this kind of production from the Boston Red Sox catcher. But hey, you never know how it's going to go down. Look in that video right there. He hit a home run off Garrett Cole. If you can hit a home run off Garrett Cole, it's pretty impressive. So if you're currently looking for some catcher help for your fantasy baseball roster, I'm going to be recommending Conor Wong to you, especially while he's on this hot stretch here. You never know what's going to happen in the future with his production. It's probably going to go down a bit because obviously, he doesn't really have the career numbers to support this. But the thing is, though, you want to get him while he's hot, and that's what you're going to be seeing right now with Conor Wong. So if you're looking for catcher help, be sure to add him onto your roster. The next outfielder you're probably going to like, he's been killing it in the major league so far this year. It's Andy Pages. Now, I'm not saying this as a joke. Please pick up Andy Pages. He's not doing this as a joke so far this season. He's been absolutely impressive to start out his major league campaign, to say the least, and there's no one more deserving of being added to your fantasy baseball roster than Pages. I think he's been absolutely incredible for the Dodgers so far this season. And the thing is, though, while he might hit some production issues later on in the season, you go out and make sure he's at him right now. So currently this season, he's hitting .319 on the year. He's at 4 home runs, 12 runs batted in, and he scored 14 runs. Just the other day, he went 2 for 5 with a solo shot, as well as 2 runs scored in Saturday's blowout win over the Atlanta Braves. Now, also, I'm sorry for the minor league footage of Pages here. Unfortunately, I couldn't get my hands on some of the major league footage. But either way, I mean, he's on the Dodgers. You know what he looks like in the Dodgers uniform. He's been playing absolutely incredible, out of his mind so far. He's been an absolute tear at the plate throughout his 10-game hitting streak. Throughout the other day, he was hitting .418, which is 18 for 43 over that stretch, with 3 home runs, 9 runs batted in, and 9 runs scored as well. He's tallied at least 1 RBI in 3 straight games there. That did come to an end yesterday on May 5th, though. Not his best performance against the Braves, as he did strike out 3 times, but as a young player, you're going to be growing up with growing pains here in the major leagues. But the thing is, though, you definitely want to add him onto your roster. I mean, regardless, he had that one bad game, right? 324 home runs, 12 runs batted in. Also, the Dodgers are looking for any production out of, their typical players on the roster, Ohtani, Betts, and Freeman, and all of them. So the thing is, though, they're going to be pitching to Pages. I think he's going to be really good. Obviously, he has been a huge prospect for them coming up over the years here, and now he's finally getting his opportunity to become a great Major League Baseball player. Hopefully, you're able to snag him before others in your league are able to do so, but if not, I still have another outfield option for you, that being Joe Adell from the Los Angeles Angels. With Mike Trout currently being out, I don't think he's going to be leaving the Angels lineup anytime soon. He's been really, really good this year. I mean, he's had some issues with, the stolen bases, that thing the other day with Ron Washington there. Yeah, I don't know what was going on with Adell in that situation. But either way, I mean, with Mike Trout not being in the lineup anymore for the foreseeable future, also hope he's okay, because that would be suck if he's unable to come back this season, because Mike Trout is such a phenomenal player, to say the least. But Joe Adell so far this season is hitting .261 on the year with 4 home runs, 12 runs batted in. He's also stole 7 bases, which is obviously great to say the least, because if you're looking for stolen bases as well, Joe Adell is definitely the guy to add onto your roster. He's been quite aggressive on the base paths this season. He's already set a career high now with 7 stolen bases, which is absolutely great. With his near everyday basis of being in the lineup, which is most likely going to be happening this year, the former top prospect is looking to finally break through at the major league level, and he's fared pretty well so far this season, to say the least. Like, again, 260, 4 home runs, 12 runs batted in, and 7 stolen bases. He's also scored 7 runs so far this year. So again, I mean, I know there's a lot of outfielders like out there and everything that you could potentially pick up. Yeah. But if you're looking for some outfielder help, especially with someone that is going to steal a ton of bases this season and with a plethora of opportunity due to the Mike Trout injury, I'm going to be suggesting Joe Adell onto your roster. But that's okay if you don't want to pick him up. It's completely fine. I have another outfielder as well coming up right next, and that's going to be Mike Tauchman from the Chicago Cubs. He currently holds a starting job out there in Chicago, and so far in the year he's hitting 270 with 3 home runs, 10 runs batted in. He's also scored 20 runs this year, which is pretty impressive to say the least from Mike Tauchman. Now the thing is, the last couple days though, he's been struggling a little bit. He's in a bit of a slump right now because he was hitting over 300 for a good amount of time for Chicago Cubs, but currently at this point his average has gone down to 269. So no, I know what you're saying, like, oh, you're recommending some guy that's currently in the slump. Well, yes, I am, because the thing is, though, Mike Tauchman, before that slump, he's doing really, really well. At one point, he was hitting 307 just only a few days ago, that being on May 1st there, so he was hitting very, very well. He's been Cubs' best hitter over the last, 2 weeks, I would say. But with Cody Bellinger coming back, as well as Suzuki here, his starting role is going to be at risk there because you don't really know what's going to happen once that goes down. But while he's still starting for Chicago Cubs, be sure to add Mike Tauchman onto your roster if possible. Another outfielder, another solid outfielder to add to your fantasy baseball roster. And next up, we don't have another outfielder. We're actually going to have a pitcher, that being Jameson Tallion, also a member of the Chicago Cubs. He's been nothing but electric so far this season, currently in 4 starts throughout this current season. He's 3-0 with 16 strikeouts and a 1.13 ERA. Just the other day against the Milwaukee Brewers, he pitched 6 innings, only giving up 2 hits, 2 walks, as well as going for 7 strikeouts, which is pretty good to say the least. And just he's allowed 3 runs with a 16-5 strikeout to walk ratio over 24 innings, which is really, really good. I mean, I believe that he's going to come back down to earth at some point, but the thing is, though, you want to add him while the good times are rolling for Jameson Tallion. I mean, 4 starts here. He's been really, really good. And again, even just the Mets there on April 29th, he pitched 7 1/3 innings against them, giving up 4 hits. He gave up 1 run, though. He only had 1 strikeout, though. That's the thing. He went 7 1/3 and he only gave up 1 run. That's very, very impressive to say the least. He also did really good against the Houston Astros and the Marlins. He is currently slated for his next start on Friday, May 10th against the Pittsburgh Pirates. So be sure to add Tallion onto your roster here before that Pirates appearance because, well, he's been pitching really, really well. At some point, he's going to be probably going to come back down to earth and not be his best performance, but you want to be sure to get him onto your roster here before that happens. You got to let the hot streak go, and hopefully he's going to be pitching well for you while you pick him up. So either way, that's going to be the conclusion of today's video. Hopefully you enjoyed all the 5 players that I've listed here in today's video that are potentially going to help you win this week, as well as bring you one step closer towards winning your fantasy baseball championship at the end of the year. I do these videos every week. Again, Monday, 2:30 every single week. That's just my thing with these fantasy baseball videos. Be sure to check that out in the future. So check out any of my other videos if possible. If not, have a great day, and I'll see you next time in the next video.